I'm Joey from Kawasaki. Today we're going to show you how easy it is to take your Kawasaki ZX6R and turn it into a track-ready bike for a track day. We're going to remove the mirrors, tape up the headlights, remove reflectors, remove tail assembly, and get it ready for the track. We remove the mirrors and the reflectors because they have glass in them, and we don't want any broken parts on the racetrack. Also with the mirrors, you generally want to be looking where you're going and not behind you. It's a good idea to stay on your line and look forward, see where you want to be. The mirrors are easy, we just unbolt them and we put a couple of bolts back in place. The reflectors are easy, it unscrews, you put a bolt in its place. Super easy. I'm using a T-handle with a bearing handle for easy spinning. You can use a ratchet that you have in your toolkit at home, it's real easy. We put bolts back in here because the actual mirrors do actually hold the upper fairing in place. We tape up the headlights because they're made out of glass, and if there is an accident on the track, we don't want any broken bits on the track for other guys to hit. Same with the turn signals. Start at the top and just kind of go down. Go over the edge of the light and we'll trim it later. Most tracks require you to tape up the entire headlight so that there's no glass exposed. Use my grocery card. Use the grocery card instead of a knife or a blade so you don't scratch your expensive bodywork. If you're doing a lot of track days, there is other means of doing this with vinyl. Heat it up, put it all on one shot. You'd actually remove the fairing, do it on the headlight, and then install the headlight. And the next step would be to actually get race bodywork. To keep the tape from melting onto your headlights, we remove the fuses. Plan on spending a couple hours with your bike at least a few days before you go to the track, so if you do run into any snags, you can take care of that type of thing, but definitely take your time, do a good job. It's going to take you at least a couple hours. When you take your mirrors off and any other parts that you don't want to get scratched or lost, make sure you keep in a safe place. Maybe you wrap them up in a towel or something. Taillight assembly, again, there's turn signals here with lenses that can break, and we don't want that glass on the track. We don't want sharp blade license plates on the track. And instead of taping these items or removing them bit by bit, it's easier just to take this whole assembly off. With this new ZX6R 09, you don't have to remove this whole panel. It just pops off on the side real easy. Then there's a couple of seat bolts. Velcro. Now we'll remove the taillight assembly. Make sure the key is in the off position so you don't get electrocuted by taking wires out here. Also, you need the key to take the seat off. It's a good idea to have a baking tray handy to put all your nuts and bolts in. On this model, there's a few wires we have to unplug. So we take one bolt out here and just kind of roll this piece off to the side. These are basically the turn signal wires and the license plate light wires. Once you've disconnected the wires, you can put this right back on. There's 4 bolts in the back that hold the assembly on, and they're located near the toolkit here. Have someone or try to hold on to the tail section so it doesn't fall. Feed the wires through one at a time. When you remove the license plate bracket assembly, you're also going to remove the toolkit, the registration, and any insurance forms you have in there. I suggest keeping those locked up in your truck. Well, working from the front to the back, obviously the last thing to do is tape up this taillight lens. It's also hard plastic. We don't want it breaking and getting on the track. And then we tape up the holes where the assembly came off from. With the tail already being black, you don't have to get too fancy back here. Tape up the holes so no debris goes into the seat area. Now we've removed the mirrors, we've taped up the lights and turn signals, we've removed the reflectors, we've removed the entire license plate assembly back here and taped up the tail light. Now you're ready for your first track day. It's a good idea to check with all the track days and the racetracks themselves to find out if there's any additional rules, regulations that you have to abide by, and also make sure you're always wearing all the proper safety equipment. I'm Joey from Kawasaki. Have fun.